Hey YouTube, this is Paul the Death Scouter making another video, and today I'm going to talk about cleaning up one of these budget $150 home meat slicers. Cuisinart makes one like this. This is called Cook's Essentials. They're all pretty much the same. They come down to about $150 regular. You can get them on sale. You can get them online for about $100. Overall, these things work rather well. You know, we do a thing here in Maryland called pit beef, where you just take a big chunk of beef and throw it on the grill, and then you slice it down and you basically make roast beef sandwiches. Well, when you do anything like that, or you're going to use, ham or anything else, these work pretty well. You're never going to get like razor thin slices like you get at the supermarket, and you shouldn't expect that for $100. But you will get it nice enough that you can slice down, the cheaper cuts of meats, and they'll still have some tenderness. But what I want to talk about in this video is how to clean up these damn things. So meat slicers have always required very astute attention to cleaning after you use them. You're going to have meat crumbles everywhere because, obviously it's going to be shaving off, and you're going to get meat juice dripping down everywhere. Now, when you work on something like this, you also have to be prepared to clean it up afterwards. So a lot of these models are different, like the Cuisinart model, for example, has got a little thumb push tab. You twist and rotate. This is a little more, requires a screwdriver, but everything else we're going to do here does too. Noting that that's a reverse threaded socket right there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move my thickness sensor all the way back, take off my blade, and I'll show you what's wrong with this particular model. And that's all this gap in here. That means that meat juice, blood, au jus, water while you're washing it, it all goes down into this housing that you really can't figure out how the hell to take it apart. So you do your best to wash it, and then you notice a couple days later something doesn't smell right. So what I'm noticing on this one, because it's not listed in any of the books, is what you'll find, and see, here it is. I thought it did a pretty good job cleaning things up, but I got dried meat particles there all through here. So when you want to use a model like this, and even though as diligent as I could be, look how scungy and nasty this is after just one or two uses, right? Some dried on crap here. So the books don't really do a good story, but you're going to need a flathead screwdriver to get your blade off, and then you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the 2 bottom legs, and I call the bottom when you flip it up so that the blade is upright. You're looking at the bottom. Take off these 2 lower legs or feet, and then you can get this plate off, and then you can get in there and clean it really good. Must clean these things really well, or somebody's going to end up getting sick. So I'm glad I checked this out. Not really happy with what I was seeing on the internet about people that would just, do their best to wipe it down, and spray it with, even spraying it with like a bleach cleaner, like a Clorox bathroom cleaner that has bleach in it, which works really well in the kitchen, by the way. Even that doesn't do anything for you, because you can't bleach residue. You can't bleach food that's left over. You got to get this crap out. So in order to do that, you're just going to have to go through the steps of disassembly and thorough cleaning. And I'm going to show you two of the other things that I have that I think are worth their weight in gold. And of course, now that I want to show one, I only have 2. But I get these nylon brushes. This is a small one, about the size of a regular toothbrush. And I have another one floating around this house somewhere that's about 3 times as long. I get them on sale for about $1.99 in a 6-pack over at Harbor Freight. And they have a blend of steel bristles and then some of these nylon bristles. These brushes are great for getting in here and scrubbing this down. Also, this little plate here that you use to press the meat down into the blade, this has got these little raised nipples on it here. This will all become full of meat particles, and you need to really brush into it and get all that stuff off to clean it up. So don't forget your $2 worth of brushes from Harbor Freight. Don't be afraid to take some screws off the bottom. When you do, the reason I have this open, not only wanted to show you all the food stuff, but I also want to show you there's nothing in here to be afraid of. So obviously, don't do any of this. Don't do any cleaning. Don't handle this thing in any way while it is still plugged in unless you're ready to do your cutting. But other than that, unplug it, and then you'll see that there's really not a lot in here to be afraid of. You don't want to get water up in your motor, and you don't want to get water, thus corrosion, down here on the electrical connections to the on-off switch. But as far as getting in here and wiping things down, using the scrub brush, you get this plate as clean as can be. It's just a matter of some screws. I don't think it's explained well in the manual. Certainly did not find any videos on it on the internet, so I made my own. So hope this is helpful to you guys. Cuisinart, Cook's Essentials, any other name that they've given to these cheaper, looks like they're all encompassed, all encased little $100 slicers. You do got to do some disassembly because it's got to get clean or you're going to give people food poisoning, right? So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. 6 minutes to explain something probably could have taken 3, but I definitely wanted to show you what was all going on here. Despite my best efforts to clean, we still got junk. So gonna take it apart and we're gonna do it right. Thanks a lot.